liberties. I see many of you guys out here exercising your First and your Second Amendment rights peacefully and respectfully. That is awesome to see. That's very awesome to see, especially in today's world, that once again we are representing the Second Amendment exceptionally well. Thank you very much. You know, we have a lot to be thankful for as Iowans. We have many freedoms that you guys have fought for. With the help of the senators and representatives up here, we've gained a lot in the last couple of years. Bit by bit, every day, we've gained freedom in Iowa. I want to thank you for doing that. I want to thank the representatives we're going to talk to later on today. We thank them as well for their efforts and the freedoms that we have won over the last couple of years. It's great progress. We're, as a national stage, and Clell will represent against this as well if you ask him, Iowa is an example of what Second Amendment freedom should be in many other states. You guys have done an excellent job as Iowans, making sure that every day we are a freer Second Amendment, exercising the Second Amendment in almost every other state. Great work, and we have more work to do. But we've got to remain vigilant, people, and aware of the efforts that are trying to erode our rights as individuals, both here in Iowa and across the nation. You know, right now, here's a statistic, and you may know this. We're one of 6 states that does not have the right to individually own a firearm in our Constitution. I found that a shock. California has it, Illinois has it. You'd think that we would have it. We don't. And our efforts over the last 3 years has brought something to us where we can exercise that right and have that right guaranteed for us day in and day out, regardless of what happens there in D.C. Sometimes I go a little off the rails over there, and it's our job as Iowans, far away from that environment, to make sure that we stay true to the founding principles of our nation, of our republic. And this is one way to do it. You know, our state legislators, with Firearms Coalition, they've advanced the Freedom Amendment, which would reinforce our Second Amendment individual rights to own a firearm. And hopefully, this is a rare occurrence, people, where we get a vote on a constitutional amendment. So it's a lot of work to get to this point. It's a lot of work we've got to do to get the rest of the Iowans to understand what this means to them. Let me read this to you. It's really quite simple what this language is. And I think you'll all recognize this and agree with this, but there's some very important words in here. The right of the individual to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The sovereign state of Iowa affirms and recognizes this right to be a fundamental individual right, and all restrictions of this right shall be subject to strict scrutiny. Every word is incredibly important. Every phrase is incredibly important. And I want to focus on one phrase, strict scrutiny. It sets a high standard of freedom for all Iowans, regardless of who you are, of where you live, or what your economic standing is. You have this freedom. It's a high standard. No jury, no judge, no jurisdiction can dilute your individual right to own a firearm. No matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have in your pocket, this is a high standard. That is a very important phrase. Every one of us as Iowans deserves the right to own a firearm, and we can't have any of these other jurisdictions dilute that from us. Let's fight hard to make sure that stays in as it is, and let's fight hard that Iowans understand what that means to them. You know, here in Iowa, we take our freedom very seriously. Look no further than Iowa state flag right here. The eagle is carrying a blue banner in her beak, has a saying on it. Take a look at it. Our liberties we prize, and our rights we will maintain. It's simple. It's easy to follow. Well, in 2022, the people of Iowa will have a chance to vote the Freedom Amendment into our Constitution, guaranteeing it stays the law of the land. There is no greater way to live our state motto. Our liberties we prize, and our rights we will maintain. than to vote yes for this Freedom Amendment, and all Iowans need to understand that. So, stay active. You've done some great work. We need to double down this next year. Write those letters, attend your legislative meetings, talk to your legislators, representatives, your neighbors. Go to some of the events that are going to be held as presidential season starts tomorrow. And we meet every one of those individuals out there in the field. Make sure they understand that Iowans are serious about their Second Amendment rights and that we want this Second Amendment to be the law of the land for Iowans no matter what happens in D.C. And join the Iowa Firearms Coalition. Right? Thank you guys. Let's have a great day.